So before we dive into today's episode, we want to give a huge shout out to our amazing sponsor, Larkin Staffing Agency in New York City.
Yes. So Jules was part of my trauma when I was just out of, residency, trying to look for a job. I mean, the time it takes to do that it's
insurmountable.
And you have to do it because once you finish residency, you want to have a plan to have a job after. So you have to do all of this while you are still working and learning and board studying.
I was
and
just
all
going to
these
say
things.
that.
So you have to find a job, and that can be just complicated because you don't know like where you're applying. There's so many places to apply to.
And they're all different.
They're all different. They all have different information, different requirements. Yeah, exactly. Don't even get me started on HR. And then not only do you have to find a job, but then you need to find your references. You need to schedule your interview, which most of the time I don't have time to do it unless it's the weekend.
Exactly.
But anyways, imagine if you were to have a place that could do it all for you.
That would have been great even with Mario. I saw him doing that too.
Exactly.
It was insane.
Yeah. So then on the flip side, it's also hard for employers to hire quality people and find candidates.
Yeah.
So it's just as hard on both sides.
Exactly. Quality people that have the requirements and the things that you need that are reliable, all those things, like just to process like everything. Because I could only imagine as an employer, like you put something out there in one of these job recruiting websites and the slew of applications that must come into your inbox.
Exactly.
So it's like, how do you even handle that too
and how do you filter and how do you find someone that's going to be right for the job? Because you also can't interview everyone.
Exactly.
But here comes our sponsors to help. Larkin Staffing Agency is not just any staffing agency. They're a third-generation, family-owned, female-led small business run by incredible mother-daughter duos. With 87 years of experience under their belt, they have been cornerstones in the healthcare staffing industry, providing top-notch candidates for a wide range of positions. Whether you're a teeny-tiny private practice or a sprawling multi-hospital healthcare system, Larkin Staffing Agency has got you covered. They specialize in staffing nurses, medical assistants, techs, office managers, and so much more. Their candidates are truly the best in the business, ensuring that your healthcare facility runs smoothly and efficiently. So if you're in the New York City area and looking to staff your office, don't wait. Head over to their website at larkinagencystaffing.com or shoot them an email at info@larkinagencystaffing.com for more information. Remember, whatever your staffing needs are, clearly you need to start looking with Larkin.
Absolutely. And honestly, I have been in contact with them and they are some of the nicest, friendliest people. They're very, very helpful. Just contact. I guarantee you will just be in awe with how nice everyone is there. Like they really are great people. So we wanted to shout them out because if you're listening to this and you have any know-how or you've ever even tried to look for a job in the healthcare
very difficult
world, it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's just a lot of responsibility too. And you might not, you need to look for somewhere where you're going to be happy and that perfect fit. And they really come in to
help
do
you
all
out.
That legwork for you and basically make you the most successful candidate.
They just help out that whole process out so much because you're already dealing with all the stress of having to look for a job and trying to mitigate all that anxiety of trying to find a job. And they are there to help you out with that, so you can't go wrong. Give them a look, contact them.
Again, at larkinagencystaffing.com, or you can email them at info@larkinagencystaffing.com.
Yeah. All right. So back to our episode.
Yes. Hello, everybody. It's kind of dark in Miami.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're trying.
We're trying to get some artificial light in here.
Yeah. I mean, I could do that. How do we feel about that? We could leave it on. I mean,
that's fine.
Whatever.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. Well, there you go.
There you go.
So
maybe that fixed the issue a little bit for at least those of you that are watching.
Yes. And we're going to do our May recap.
Yes.
Which are my favorite episodes.
Yes. We're a little late because we are very, very busy human beings right now. Yeah. This month is...
Julie's moving.
Yeah.
Laura got sick.
Yeah. Your parents were out of town. All the things. We finally were able to meet up now. And so bear with us. We're trying.
Yeah. But we're here for it.
But we're here.
And we're excited because, man, it's been a while since we sat down.
I know.
Recorded.
I know. Seriously. So anyway, we're
recording one of our favorite episodes to record.
Exactly. And there's just some pretty good stuff here. And I know this is May recap, but again, for those of you that are maybe tuning in for the first time on one of these, it's our May recap. So pretty much things that we've been collecting to mention to you guys that have caught our eye or whatever. So it doesn't necessarily have to be from the month of May. It could be from March, April, whatever, leading up to now, at least to today that we are recording right now, which is June 1st. That's why we call it May recap, because it's just, anyway. So yeah, hope you guys like it. And let's start off with the first one.
Yes. All right. So Catholic hospital affiliation and postpartum contraceptive care and subsequent deliveries. This is by Giacomo Mail.
I feel like it's Italian.
Yeah.
Because you're Giacomo.
Giacomo. Okay. Well,
Right, and
Dr.
then-
Giacomo. Okay.
Yeah.
He's a PhD. Jessica Monet. Okay. And then she's also a PhD. And then this was published on March 4th, 2024. So this article was published in JAMA. For those of you that don't know, JAMA is a huge journal for us in general for medicine. So this was in JAMA Internal Medicine. It basically explores the impact of delivering in a Catholic hospital on the use of postpartum contraception and the likelihood of subsequent pregnancies. So the study is significant due to the increasing number of Catholic hospitals and specific religious directives that guide these institutions, which often restrict certain types of contraceptive methods. The research focused on women who gave birth in hospitals across several states, then tracked their use of contraception post-delivery and whether they had another child within 3 years. The study found that women who delivered at Catholic hospitals were less likely to undergo surgical sterilization, a permanent form of contraception. That's basically getting your tubes tied.
Right.
Within the year after giving birth compared to those who delivered in non-Catholic hospitals. However, the use of long-acting reversible contraceptives like Nexplanon, IUDs, at the time of delivery did not significantly It's been a while since I've sat down to read.
I know. At least 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it last night. I'm like, it's been, this is
No,
like the
I
longest.
Think, I think it's longer because we usually go every 2 weeks.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's been longer.
Yeah. I'm like, I miss Evie. I haven't seen her in like at least 2 weeks.
I know, and I can tell. I can like barely read. Okay. So, however, the use of long-acting reversible contraceptives like an IUD or a Nexplanon at the time of delivery did not significantly differ between the two hospital types. One key finding was that living close to a Catholic hospital was associated with a slightly higher probability of having another child within the 3 years of delivery. This outcome suggests that restrictions on certain contraceptive methods in Catholic hospitals might influence the overall family planning choices and outcomes for some women. Overall, the study highlights how hospital affiliation to religious institutions might affect reproductive health choices and outcomes, emphasizing that the need for awareness and possibly alternative solutions for postpartum contraceptive care for women delivering in Catholic hospitals. So I feel like that's pretty interesting because here, or at least what I see with the obstetrics and gynecology is that
you're very
after,
much like involved.
yeah,
I'm not
I'm
involved.
on the pediatric side of it, but I see a lot of it because I work with them at the hospital.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
So, but it is, it is part of their regular care to say, okay, you're delivering now. How are we going to keep you protected?
Yeah.
And usually they do the Nexplanon, or you can go back into the clinic a couple of weeks later when everything is healed and get your IUD placed.
Right. Or go on the pill.
Or go on the pill, anything, injections. So I think it's pretty interesting, though, that they didn't see a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know it, I mean, at least here, the big one that comes up to mind for the Catholic health systems is Mercy. But
Mercy. Yeah.
But I don't think it's any, HCA bought them out. So I don't know.
I don't know if it's Catholic
anymore because they used to be part of the archdiocese, but now I don't know. And it used to be back then a big thing. I was born in Mercy. So my mom would tell me they didn't offer her anything after that. None
so
of that
maybe
stuff.
I think it's interesting in this article is that they're saying that between hospital that's Catholic and non-Catholic, they didn't really see a difference of people with long-acting IUDs or the placement. So maybe this is provider or how much you push.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but interesting nonetheless.
Yeah, I know. But they did see that if you were in a Catholic institution and you didn't have an IUD, that you were maybe going to have more kids within those 3 years.
I mean, yeah.
It's not rocket science.
All right, so the next one. How will the EPA's new rule about forever chemicals protect your drinking water? I've been seeing this everywhere still. This was back in April 11th, and I'm still getting a lot of it. They're now talking about lead in our water and all that, like the amount, the limits and all that.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is by Catherine Borzak on April 11th, published on Scientific American. So the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, aka the EPA, has introduced a new regulation aimed at controlling the presence of certain harmful chemicals known as forever chemicals in drinking water. These chemicals, specifically 6 types within the, bear with me here, perfluoroalkyl
Yes.
and polyfluoroalkyl substances, PFAs. Yeah.
For short, PFAs.
PFAs class are known for their persistence in the environment and inability to decompose naturally. So think about the plastics and all that. They have been used since the 1940s in various products like firefighting foams, nonstick cookware, and food packaging due to their durability and resistance to water and oil. The new rule requires drinking water suppliers to test for these 6 PFAs within 3 years and to eliminate them from water supplies within 2 years. This regulation addresses public health concerns and aims to ensure the safety of drinking water across the United States. The rule also seeks to address environmental justice issues by standardizing testing across all states and water agencies, which previously may have not been required to test for these substances. My personal opinion,
They should be testing.
yeah. Why did we take this long to do this? Anyway, so for individuals concerned about PFAs in their tap water before these regulations fully take effect, the Environmental Working Group recommends using specific PFA filters. However, it's important to follow the manufacturer's instructions for replacing these filters to ensure its effectiveness. Additionally, it's noted that bottled water is not necessarily PFA free, as studies have found PFAs in some bottled water products as well.
Yeah. That's why I'm always carrying around my cantina.
Yeah. And that's the thing. There's another study out there. I just didn't include it here because I need to cut it down. But they did find that bottled water, at least the ones that come in plastic, there is plastic residue in it. So, you are drinking from a plastic water bottle. It's going to happen. There's some sort of deterioration that's going to happen.
Yeah. So scientists found a way to supercharge cancer-fighting cells. This is by Sarah Reardon, and it was on Nature magazine on April 11th, published on Scientific America. Okay. So scientists have made a significant breakthrough in cancer treatment by enhancing the ability of specialized immune cells known as CAR T cells to fight cancer more effectively. These cells, which are genetically modified to target and destroy cancer cells, have been particularly successful in treating blood cancers like leukemia. However, they have struggled to combat solid tumors found in organs such as breast and lungs. Okay. The recent advancement involves rejuvenating these CAR T cells to behave more like stem cells, which have the ability to multiply rapidly and persist for a longer time in the body. This was achieved by increasing the production of proteins called FOXO1 in the CAR T cells, making them more potent in recognizing and attacking cancer cells. In experiments conducted on mice with various types of cancer, including solid tumors and blood cancers, the modified CAR T cells demonstrated a superior ability to shrink tumors and survive longer in the body compared to the standard CAR T cells. This discovery led researchers like Crystal McCall from Stanford University and Evan Weber from the University of Pennsylvania to hold great promise for improving cancer treatments in humans. The process of engineering CAR T cells to overexpress FOXO1 is expected to be straightforward, potentially making it a viable option for cancer patients in the future. However, for further research is needed to identify which patients and types of cancer would benefit the most from this. So there still has to be a lot of stuff, like a lot of research behind it. When I was in residency, they were already doing CAR T therapy. Mm-hmm. It's pretty tough. You can have a lot of, they're monitored in the ICU sometimes when they're giving CAR T therapy, and they can have like dips in their blood pressure and stuff like that.
So what did you see it being used in, like your experience? In leukemias, okay.
Leukemias.
Okay.
So it's very effective when it does. It's actually pretty incredible, like CAR T therapy in general. It's super interesting. It's incredible. So it's really great to see that now it's not just for blood disorders, but now it's also solid tumors.
Yeah. It's awesome. Like the technology around all of these and CRISPR and all that, it's just like, it's exploding in such a good way. Okay. Oh yeah, it's still on.
We don't take the tags off here.
Yeah, sorry.
Not tags, the little stickies.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, the dishwasher should have done that, but it didn't, clearly. So, all right. So,
Parvalbumin?
Parvalbumin, interneuron activity in autism, underlies susceptibility to PTSD-like memory formation by Alice Shaman Abed, and her friends et al. On April 15, 2024, published on Cell.com. So the article titled,
Even interneuron activity in autism underlies susceptibility.
what she just said, focuses on a specific aspect of autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, which is a complex neurological and developmental disorder affecting communication and behavior. The study zeroes in on the role of parvalbumin. Why don't I...
Parvalbumin? Parvalbumin.
That. Interneurons, a type of brain cell in ASD. So this interneuron, these interneurons are crucial for regulating brain activity and ensuring that the signals are properly processed. In individuals with ASD, the activity of these neurons is found to be different, which could contribute to the symptoms and challenges faced by those with the disorder. The research provides insights into how these differences in neuron activity might make individuals with ASD more susceptible to certain stimuli or environmental factors, potentially exacerbating symptoms or leading to variations in how ASD manifests in one person to another. The simpler terms, the study sheds light on a biological factor that can help explain why people with ASD experience the world differently. Sorry, that's Brownie in the background. He's very dramatic. Understanding these underlying mechanisms is a step towards developing more effective treatments and support for individuals with ASD. So like we had said, I think it was like on one of the last episodes that we talked about autism. Oh, it was hyperbaric.
Yeah, hyperbaric.
Any help for autism is welcome, man.
Yeah. I think we've learned a lot.
Yes.
About autism, and I think we are slowly advancing. There's definitely way more awareness being brought to autism, which more awareness means more research, more education, more help, more resources, more understanding of what autism is.
Yeah.
So it makes me so happy to see articles like this that we are tailoring care to kids that have this. Or people, I shouldn't say kids. Sorry, I'm a pediatrician.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's normal for me to say kids.
Exactly.
But for our autism population, so it's really nice to know that there's certain advancements and we're thinking of treatments that are so tailored.
Exactly. And that research is going into it.
Yeah, and that research is going into it.
Understand it and help it and all these things. Like research is where it starts. So it's great to see that.
Melatonin markers urged to follow the new packaging labeling guidelines to protect kids. This is huge. This is my field.
Yeah.
So this is by Katie Kindelen on April 16th, and this was on Good Morning America. So a trade association has recommended that producers of melatonin, a popular sleep aid, adopt new guidelines for packaging and labeling of their products. This advice comes from response to an increased emergency room visits related to ingestion of melatonin, particularly among children. The guidelines specifically suggest that melatonin products, especially those in gummy form, which might be more appealing to children, should be sold in packaging that is difficult for children to open. Additionally, the packaging should clearly indicate the contents of the recommended dosages to prevent accidental overconsumption. This move aims to enhance safety of melatonin products and reduce risk of accidental ingestion by children. Why is this a new thing? Like,
it boggles my mind.
Why anything
I don't know.
that is supposed to be taken as a supplement, okay? Anything that is not food, okay? That is a gummy. Why is it not in packaging that is safe?
I
Can someone explain that to me?
mostly that you could over-consume them.
Yes.
You could OD in them and
Oh, and I can't tell you the amount of times that I get parents and they're like giving an adult dose of melatonin.
Oh my God.
Because it's just what the packaging says.
Right.
You know? And then I'm actually like,
Nope.
no. Way too much. So it's and now we have to go and fight for it to be in package that's safe for children.
It doesn't make any sense.
It
It really doesn't. Yeah.
boggles my mind.
That's why when I saw this, I'm like, now?
Now,
We're doing this now.
Anything should be in a container that's safe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It should be safe. If you are old enough to understand the mechanism of how to open up that bottle,
You could read it.
then you are old enough to understand that you should probably only take 2.
Exactly.
You know, otherwise, I'm
You
going to open
can't.
it for you. You
Exact-
should be moderating whatever your kid is eating.
I know, I don't know.
So for the love of God, change the damn packaging. I don't...
I love it when she gets on these tangents, like on these.
It's just... It's such a simple fix.
I know.
With such a big difference.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's a twist off. Hello.
I don't know. And it's crazy because at least the ones that I have for my kiddo, the Zarbee's ones, it's like the typical ones that you have to push, and then the more like the harder to open ones. But it's true. Now that I read this and I went back to CVS like yesterday or whatever, yeah, there's a whole bunch of them that are just like,
Yeah, just pop off.
just pop off. It's not like the Zarbee's one. Shout out to Zarbee's. They are definitely not sponsoring this by any chance. So I went and I'm like, yeah, Zarbee's is like one of the few ones, sponsor us, we love you, that actually have like the push down, like the typical ones, like for Tylenol, Advil, or whatever, that you have to
Yes,
push down and then
the
twist.
twist off, yeah.
Exactly. But other than that, I've even seen gummies that are like in those pouches that they're like kind of Ziploc pouches. Like all you do is pull. I'm like, I don't understand how that's a thing. I don't get it. But yeah, it's very strange. And mostly gummies. Like kids, they think it's candy.
First of all, I hate gummies. I hate gummy vitamins.
Yeah.
I'll just leave that there. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but it's the truth.
I
They suck.
I know.
You should get a chewable
Yeah.
more than anything.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, I digress. But the packaging, come on.
I know. And I'm glad it's
You
like
could
that
do better.
because
You could be
Amar
safer.
loves that. Mind you, I only give him melatonin like if we're on a trip, maybe that night or whatever that we arrive somewhere. He's like very jacked up and and all like whatever. So I have to give him like a melatonin, but it's rare that I give him a melatonin. But when I do, he thinks it's a candy. He likes it. He's like, oh, this is great, because I rarely give it to him. So he's like, oh, this is new, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. So and then you have them like in these Ziploc looking baggies. I thought you were gonna get a kick out of that because I mean it is in your world too. So, and like you said, you already see it like crazy, with in your clinic and whatnot. So
Yeah, it's like literally the worst thing.
it made no sense to me. But anyway, okay. So vampire facials linked to cases of HIV. We had briefly touched.
Yeah, we did.
We
did
did.
on the first case.
Yeah, exactly. It's happening again, guys.
This is disgusting.
Yeah.
This is disgusting.
Yeah. Let's get into it so you could see what we're talking about. So vampire facials linked to cases. So more of HIV. Here's what to know about the procedure by Associated Press on April 30th, published on MedPage Today. So 3 women contracted HIV after receiving vampire facials, in quotes, for those of you listening, at an unlicensed spa in New Mexico. Again, guys, if you're going to do anything at these med spas or whatever, please make sure that the people that are working with you are licensed in some capacity. It's important. I know you're dying to. Okay, let me finish. Let me just finish like the summary of it. I know. It's serious. Anyway, so vampire facials, also known as platelet-rich plasma microneedling facials, involve drawing a client's blood, separating it into platelets and cells, and injecting the plasma back into the face to rejuvenate the skin. The procedure is generally safe when done properly, but the spa in question reused disposable equipment, leading to contamination and HIV transmission. The New Mexico Department of Health investigated the spa after a woman with no known HIV risk factors was diagnosed with the virus. They found unsanitary conditions, including blood-contaminated equipment and improperly stored syringes. It's even hard for me to read because it's giving me such a bad ick right now.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Nearly 200 former clients and their sexual partners were tested for HIV, but no additional infections were found. The spa owner, Maria de Lourdes Ramos de Ruiz, that's a long one, pleaded guilty to practicing medicine without a license and conducting illegal procedures. So health officials emphasize the importance of having medical procedures done in proper medical settings to avoid such risks. Go off.
This is embarrassing.
And disgusting.
Disgusting,
Ugh.
embarrassing, sad.
It should not be happening.
It should not be happening, especially in this day and age.
Exactly.
Especially in this day and age.
Get
I
out.
am angry for those victims.
Yes.
I'm angry.
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
no, this is not. Thumbs down.
Thumbs down. For those of you listening, my computer decides to put a thumbs up every now and then very randomly. We're not sure why that happens.
Yeah, but it
and
just
right
did
now,
it right now.
Yeah, and
But
it's not
thumbs down.
not the moment, but anyway.
But anyways, it's disgusting to me that a person
Yeah,
can do this.
that too. The integrity of that person conducting these things, knowing
This Maria person,
yeah, the director or owner or whatever.
disgusting.
Gross.
Disgusting.
She should. Did I say that she's going to jail? Well, no.
Well,
she pleaded guilty.
She pleaded guilty, so
but
she's
you don't
gonna
know.
go to jail.
Hopefully, you don't know.
But here's my
It
thing.
depends on the charge.
A lot of the times, these
Yeah.
people are convicted, right? But they continue. They
Yeah.
say that they're not going to do this anymore, that they're going to stop this practice.
That's
and
what I'm
they
saying.
continue. That's
what I'm doing. Yeah, unless she's behind bars, she
And
might not stop.
I know that this article focuses a lot on HIV, but HIV is just one of them. Okay?
Hepatitis.
Yeah, it just bacterial infections,
yeah.
fungal infections, things that you can transfer.
Bloodborne pathogens.
Yeah, you can transfer to people and really make them ill for a lifetime.
Yeah. So many things.
It's so many things, and it's so wrong on so many levels.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
my best advice is, one, there needs to be more education. So if you're a person that has suffered from something like this, come out and say your experience, okay? And also, for the people that are going to go do procedures, I'm just going to piggyback off of what we ended that with, which is go to a medical facility that is licensed.
Yeah.
Okay, but I sometimes feel bad because there are people out there that don't know what do you mean by license?
Right.
You know?
Don't know what to look for.
Don't know what to look for, because if you're a person that says, yeah, I've done this, and we have all of our certificates and all
Right.
these things.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that person thinks that, oh, they must be licensed.
Exactly.
So no, go, and your research should be more than just reading reviews, okay? Because it's not about, obviously, read reviews and outcomes of other people, and that's obviously going to say a lot, but you need to go on, you need to see who are the people that's doing the procedures, what kind of licensing and certificates do they have.
Yeah.
Go online. It is an easy Google search to be, what certificate do you need to do this procedure?
Yep.
And then see if the person has it,
Yeah.
and see if the clinic has it. So your research should not just be reviews on whether a med spa is clean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what they're doing in the back room.
That's it. It could look beautiful
In
pristine,
the patient room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
outside, but then in the back where everything is stored or prepared or whatever.
Yeah.
You
And
don't
there's
know.
been plenty of times where, situations like this, the clinic says, we're not going to offer that anymore because of what happened. And they continue to offer it. They just don't say it publicly.
And if it's like this for this procedure, it could be gross and
For
nasty
any
for
procedure.
anything else.
That's what I'm
offered.
saying. This is just a vampire facial,
Yeah.
but anything that a needle pokes you, Botox, B12 injections, literally anything that pokes your skin, you can develop these infections. You can put yourself at risk.
And they're
So-
clearly not worrying about any of these stored syringes or anything.
Yeah. So for the love of
So-
God, again, I've said that a lot today. Feel very strong today. Okay. So for the love of all cleansing things and sanitary things,
Yeah.
do your research
Yes.
and report people.
Yeah.
If you see something weird, report them.
Report it.
And don't tell them that you're reporting them.
Yeah, of course.
report 'em.
Do that as you leave. Be like, you know what? I gotta go. I got this phone call. My Uber's outside. I gotta go right now, and then report them.
Yeah.
It's just
Report them, because it's the only way that they're going to have their facility checked and seen. It's disgusting. Like reusing needles and storage and needle storage. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah.
When you use a needle, you throw it away. What is this reuse of needle?
That's the thing. Like
It's disgusting. It's just they're cutting corners to lessen the cost and to reduce cost, but at the cost of your health.
Exactly. Let's put that on a tagline.
All right, I'm done.
Well, you're next.
I know. Okay, so why don't men have their own version of the pill? Yeah, you know what? I want to know. I'm a
Let's
savage
go.
today. Yeah.
Let's go.
So this article explores the reasons behind the absence of male contraceptive pill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bullshit.
So here's a summary. The article discusses the ongoing challenges of developing a male contraceptive pill similar to the one available for women. Despite decades of research, there's still no male equivalent. Several factors contribute to this situation. One, biological differences. So men's reproductive systems produce millions of sperm daily, making it more complex to suppress that sperm production without affecting the overall health. In contrast, women release 1 egg per month, which is easier to control with hormones. Side effects and safety as well. So trials for male contraceptives have faced significant hurdles due to side effects. Men in these trials have experienced issues like mood swings, acne, challenges in libido, which have all led to the discontinuation of many studies. Wow, really? Because women have the same thing.
I was literally going to say the same thing. I'm like, what
So-
about, we have even risk of stroke.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
no, fuck us. you know?
I'm sorry. You got a pimple?
Yeah.
Oh, stop the study. Stop it right now.
Oh, you have a lower libido right now? Can't have that.
No, yeah. This is insane.
It's
I can't.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
All right, and then also market and demand. So pharmaceutical companies are hesitant to invest in male contraceptives due to the uncertain market demand. This is a perception that men may be less willing to use hormonal contraception compared to women.
Of course they are.
And to me, this is like kind of weird. I feel like if I were a guy,
Yeah.
like
I'd
I
want-
would take it.
I'd
I would
want to
just
protect
take it
myself and not
protect my-
trust.
Yes.
Yep. I know.
So social and cultural factors, traditionally gender roles and societal expectations also play a role, of course,
That's
because
like-
like we have to be
That's the
on contraception.
The base of this.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. And then the article concludes by emphasizing the need for continued research and societal changes to make male contraceptives a reality. It calls for more investments in this area and a shift in how society views reproductive responsibility.
Yeah.
Takes two to tango.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You're just not gonna marry it, you know.
But
and
I
come out
feel
of
like,
nowhere.
I have a contraception because I want to
Yeah.
protect myself.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So why wouldn't like someone else, want...
They're scared of the hormones because it's always like, oh, those hormones are gonna make you like feminine. They're gonna make you have these feelings.
But these are
or
the
whatever.
same people that are like, you should get on birth control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always the
Yeah.
double standard, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I can't wait to see the comments that we're gonna get on that.
yeah, go ahead, pop off.
Yeah, pop
like
off,
it's
yeah.
fine. I've already seen enough. YouTube is like the meanest place for us.
Really?
Threads is the
don't even
nicest.
read.
Don't even. I'm
I
just like
peruse some, but
I'm like delete. On YouTube, I'm
Really?
just like delete. I don't even care.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. We get a lot of nice ones, but then we get ones that are. I'm just like, what's wrong with you?
yeah.
I feel like asking the person. I'm like, are you okay? Like, there's clearly something wrong with you. Like this
The
is
internet.
coming from somewhere deep in you.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
you should maybe explore with a therapist.
Yeah, probably.
You know, so whatever. Anyway, and the Threads is like my safe space. Like
Yeah.
Threads is like the best. Like everybody's so like sweet there to us. I love everybody in Threads. Shout out to those of you that are listening right now. Anyway, so this one, wonderful. More bugs are coming, spreading more disease. Are doctors ready
Ugh.
to respond?
I just got goosebumps. It's disgusting.
By Patrick Boyle on May 1st, published on AAMC News. So the article discusses a growing concern among health experts about the spread of vector-borne diseases such as dengue, Zika, chikungunya, Lyme disease, and Rocky Mountain spotted fever in the United States. These diseases are transmitted through insects like mosquitoes and ticks and are increasingly being found in regions where there were they weren't as common before. This shift is causing a challenge for doctors who may not be familiar with these diseases and are often slow to diagnose and treat them effectively. Experts like Susan McClellan from the University of Texas and Thomas W. Scott from University of California, Davis emphasize that the low incidence of these diseases has led to low awareness among healthcare providers. They warn that without significant changes in how these diseases are managed, including better control of insect populations and improved protection for people in vulnerable areas, the situation could worsen. The article highlights the need for ongoing education for doctors to better understand and respond to these emerging health threats, as well as the importance of public health measures such as waste management and the use of window screens to reduce the risk of disease transmission.
Yeah. I mean, you can't catch me coming out of my house without bug spray.
No.
I literally have it in my purse.
Here in Miami, you can't.
Like, I would love to do like a what's in your purse.
Oh, we should do it. We should do it.
I have bug spray.
And we should even do it for our cars, because my car is just like...
I don't want to do it for my car. We will lose a lot of followers. I'm just kidding, but
no, my car is like
my
super
car is crazy. It's not even my car, my trunk. It's my trunk. I just hide everything in there.
It's like your big purse.
Yeah, it's my big purse. Exactly.
That's why I was like, oh, we should do it in our car, but whatever. I mean, my car is like super organized because I'm like very, very, very OCD about it. I get that from my dad. It has to be clean and it has to be organized, but I have everything in there. Yeah. I have a first aid kit. I have... Brownie's having a moment. Sorry. I have bug spray. I have sunscreen. I have the first aid kit. I have everything there. Like
literally all necessities. Yeah. I have old Christmas gifts. And a stroller.
Well,
and a lot of papers. And I don't know what they are.
They are.
I'm pretty sure I have a shoe. I don't know where the other one is.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Okay.
This is me. Don't get me wrong. I like cycle through it, right? So every so often I will do like a deep cleaning. But the Christmas gift that you gave me,
it's still there.
It's still there.
Oh my God. By the time that she gets
it's like a month.
She's not going to care for it anymore.
No, yes, she will. Yes, she will. I just wanted, like, you save his gift.
I know, I do. I have to.
And she's like, I have a surprise. And it's like a gift that I gave him like 6 months ago.
Yeah. Because if not, we'd be drowning in fucking toys.
Yeah, I know, same.
Anyway, next.
All right, so voluntary class 1 recall announced for limited number of Planters honey roasted peanuts, which I love, and thank God I haven't consumed them in a really long time. And also the Planters deluxe lightly salted mixed nuts distributed to 2 retail locations in 5 states. This was by the company Release, and this was on May 2nd, 2024. So Hormel Foods sales. I didn't know that Planters was Hormel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
you know all of these, like they're all like under something.
Yeah. So Hormel Foods Sales LLC has announced a voluntary recall of 2 specific Planters products due to potential contamination with Listeria, which is a bacteria that can cause serious health issues, particularly in vulnerable populations like young children, the elderly, and those with weakened immune systems. So the products affected are the 4-ounce packages of Planters honey roasted peanuts and the 8.75-ounce cans of Planters deluxe lightly salted mixed nuts, which are my favorite. I'm so happy I haven't eaten any of those. So this recall is limited to these items distributed to Publix, which is huge here in South Florida and Florida in general.
Yeah.
To Publix and Dollar Tree stores in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, North Carolina, and also South Carolina. The specific packages being recalled have, quote unquote, best if used by dates of April 11th, 2025 for the peanuts and April 5th, 2026 for the mixed nuts. So no other Planters products are included in this recall, and there have been no reported illnesses related to these products in general. But just make sure that you take a look at your best buy dates. And if it's any of those packages, then
you could dispose of it.
You could dispose of it, but you can
return them.
Yeah, I feel like they make it so hard for someone, you know.
Publix doesn't.
But I mean, these are things that cost like what, like I don't know, $7 or something. So I'm sure people just
yeah. Mostly if they're open and whatever. But even so, like I know Publix. I don't know about Dollar Tree, but I know Publix. Even if it's open, like anything food. I've even seen people that I don't know how they do this, but whatever they do,
Publix takes back everything.
They take back everything.
Everything.
I saw this guy once with an open gallon of milk and he's returning it. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah.
at this point, like, really?
I know someone like that.
Oh my God.
They literally make a weekly trip to Publix, so much so that they bounce around Publixes.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what I was getting to at that is that Publix has a very, very good return policy.
Yeah.
So if you have any of these that are recalled, you could just take it back to them. They'll take it, and especially if it's a recall, I don't even think you need a receipt for it.
No, you don't.
Yeah. So
Thanks, Publix.
yeah, there you go. Anyway, so Kentucky has become the first state in the U.S. to decriminalize medical errors. This new law, House Bill 159, was signed by Governor Andy Bashir, Bashir, okay, on March 26, 2024, and received unanimous support from both the Kentucky House and Senate. The law grants criminal immunity to healthcare workers, such as doctors and nurses, for unintentional medical errors made in good faith. However, it does not protect them from criminal charges if the errors involve gross negligence, willful, malicious, or intentional misconduct. Additionally, the law does not shield healthcare workers from civil liability, meaning patients can still sue for medical malpractice. The primary motivation behind this bill is to address concerns about prosecuting healthcare workers for honest mistakes, such as prescribing the wrong medication. State Representative Jason Nemes, one of the bill's sponsors, emphasized that the bill aims to prevent the criminalization of healthcare workers who make unintentional errors, while still holding them accountable for reckless or intentional misconduct. This move has garnered support from many medical associations, which argue that it will help reduce the fear of criminal prosecution among healthcare workers and encourage a more open reporting of medical errors, ultimately leading to improved patient safety. However, the law has also sparked debate, with some critics arguing that it could undermine accountability and trust in the healthcare system. So what do you think?
I mean, I like this.
Yeah.
Personally, yes, I can see how this could potentially like unleash like certain other.
Yeah.
Every doctor is different.
Mm-hmm.
I truly don't feel it's right though for someone that you've been going to for many years or something, and they make an error, because we are human. At the end of the day, we are human, and this is something that we did without wanting to do. Okay?
Exactly.
Like, I'm the last person that wants to give you a wrong dose of something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, mistakes do happen. We're human. I mean, anyone that, you know, like thinks that they're above mistakes, I'm sorry, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
And it's true what they're saying, you know, this opens up more for like reporting these type of things. And then when you report these things, we go back into the case and we say, well, where did we go wrong? How can we fix that? And that's ultimately going to improve that. So at the end of the day, I think it's messed up with someone, and don't get me wrong, some people like purposely sue to get money. Okay, it's a sad world that we live in, but this is why a lot of us have malpractice insurance, because there are a lot of people that go back to sue and to get money. Why? Not because they really care about something, but because they want money.
Exactly.
Okay, and they think that physicians like
have all
this money and all these things, which don't get me wrong, I'm sure some of them do. But like at the end of the day, like you don't know someone's financial situation, but they just assume that it's a great financial situation, and then they take advantage of that. So I think it's messed up for someone to sue someone that's trying to take care of you, especially for something that was done unintentionally. However, I don't deny that there are certain cases where you will sue for malpractice. And I think that that's what this article was trying to say, you know, like if it was like gross negligence or something, like steps, you skipped over steps that you needed to do.
Like actually, like you're doing it with malicious intent.
Malicious intent, or because you're not just doing it correctly. Like you're skipping steps, you're cutting corners.
Like with the vampire facials.
Exactly.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of ways that you could view this, but definitely. All right, so gas stoves increase nitrogen dioxide exposures above WHO standards, okay, or the World Health Organization. This is by Alaya Yutova on May 3rd. So a recent study highlighted in The Guardian has found that using gas stoves in homes can lead to exposure levels of nitrogen dioxide, or NO2, that exceed the public health guidelines set by the World Health Organization, or the WHO. This exposure is particularly high among people of color and low-income residents. NO2 is a byproduct of burning fossil fuels such as natural gas, and can aggravate respiratory conditions like asthma, and is linked to other health issues.
So the research conducted by Yanai Kashtan at Stanford University showed that even without external sources of NO2, such as traffic or industrial emissions, the act of cooking on a gas stove can result in indoor air quality that reaches 75% of the WHO's recommendations safe limit. This means that if people are being exposed to a significant amount that's a harmful pollutant, okay, right in their own homes. The study also revealed that the pollution from gas stoves doesn't stay confined to the kitchen. It spreads to other areas in the home, including bedrooms, and can remain at high levels for hours after the stove is turned off. Furthermore, the impact is disproportionately higher among certain racial groups and economic classes, with American Indians and Alaska Natives, as well as Black and Latino or Hispanic households, experiencing higher levels of NO2. Additionally, households with an annual income of less than $10,000 a year are exposed to more than double the NO2 levels compared to those with incomes over $150,000. Okay, so it's just trying to classify
the
the difference exactly in income levels.
Yeah.
So this research underscores the need to better ventilation and possibly reevaluating the use of gas stoves in homes to reduce health risks associated with indoor air pollution. I feel like this is all like good information because this isn't something that like primary care doctors should be screening as well. Like
I know, and you don't really,
like I screen for lead,
right? And you don't really think about NO2,
and I don't. So this is like information that I'm gonna use to say, hey, do you cook with a gas stove or something? Like, just be careful that don't try to keep it on too long. So this is all information. This is why research is good because we use this every single day. Okay.
Yep.
Hi. You might notice that we're in a different outfit.
Yeah, and this
It's a different day.
And it came out on right at the ending of one part.
Yeah.
You're like, what is happening? Especially if you're on audio only, you're like, did I
miss something?
Yeah,
no, you did not miss anything.
You didn't skip or anything. You're still on the same episode. You're
Yeah.
listening to the first part of the May recap.
Yes, we had to split our May recap because it ended up being a longer episode than usual for us.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not here to talk your ears off or
Yeah.
anything. We want to keep it, light, short, sweet.
Yeah.
So we decided to do this as a 2-part episode just because there was so much good news
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
in May. So
and not good news and like,
yeah,
good
I
news,
know.
but like,
there was a
good
lot of good topics to discuss.
So we didn't want to cut some of them off to like make time short or anything
Yeah.
like that. We didn't want to compromise the content. So this is the ending of this first part. Wait for next week and you will see whatever it is, the second part.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for tuning in and keep doing everything you guys are doing. We love you guys and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah. See you on the next one.